Hey there guys, welcome to episode number 6 of the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome to today's episode. Today we are just powering through more of this series, more of this first opening season, working our way to that January transfer window, currently at the beginning of November. For those who don't know, we are bulk recording, which is why I'm wearing the same t-shirt. I'll just put a hoodie on because it's getting late, I'm getting cold. But we are just recording a couple of episodes because I'm away, so I will obviously interact with the comments and stuff, but if you put things in the last episode that I haven't actioned today, it's because I'm filming this before that's gone live, I'm afraid, as will the next episode as well. But today, our first game is up against Middlesbrough. We can see, though, that the development plan for Dembele is done, which means he's a winger plus. Still think this does need a little bit of looking into, EA. Personally, just need to stop it being quite so crazy efficient to get these guys on plus this early doors. Just seems a touch ridiculous if you ask me. Going to go ahead and try and get something that boosts his, you know what, let's go with wide playmaker, get the passing up and get that reaction and composure up a little bit as well. I'm absolutely here for that. That sounds good to me. It doesn't help his stamina though, and actually his stamina is a big problem. So actually let's concentrate on something that does his stamina, because I think that will be pretty huge. Not really fussed about his slide tackling. What can we go with here? Half winger, maybe? No, it's wasting a lot because we don't need to boost his pace, and his pace can't be boosted anyway. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a bit boring. I'm going to just put him on balance, just some balance training. It will hopefully get the shooting, the passing up. It will get that physical and mainly the stamina up, but also the reaction composure goes up too. So, yeah, absolutely okay with that. He is doing the business. Being a plus on the winger as well is phenomenal. But yeah, I'm going to crack on. If anything else happens in between, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you at the Borough game. So here we are for the first game of today's episode. A few changes, and a lot of that is down to stamina. We have brought in Jimmy Dunn for Steve Cook, Varane in for Madsen, Smith in for Dembele, and actually I am going to have to take out Sato because he looks pretty tired there as well. I think he's got more stamina than Dembele though. He does, only ever so slightly. But what we'll do is we'll play Ryan Coley on that left-hand side as well. We do love... Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to move Chair out there and we're going to start Anderson. That's what we're going to do because Anderson did make a point of asking to play a bit more. So I'll give him a start. I'll give him a chance to impress and see if he can do that from the opening minutes in this game against Middlesbrough. Going to be a tough one. Obviously, Middlesbrough are no mugs, but they're in 20th in this save right now. So be interesting to see if we can... sort of make the table statistics match up. Us sitting in 3rd place, them sitting in 20th. See if that can be something that we can sort of make the most of. Them obviously having not a very good start to the season. But you can see Sammy Field there on the... I think that's meant to be Sam Field anyway, on the TIFO. But home against Middlesbrough, Loftus Road. We need it to be loud. We need it to be just behind us today. And we need to keep up this winning form. Really good luck and good results in the last episode, and hopefully we can do more of the same today. So let's go for it. Let's take on Middlesbrough and see if we can keep up winning ways. Come on, you ours. Middlesbrough starting with an early attack here, but Varane does really well and steps in there. Oh, the pass isn't great, but it really is very evident to me that actually we're quite lucky that we have two players that might be slightly lower rated, might not be the sort of cards you would use in Ultimate Team particularly, but their cards in career mode are actually super good. Field and Varane are both very good in there, as is Madsen to be fair, but Anderson plays it into Seller. He's going to turn back. I wanted that into Anderson. He tried to play it to Chair, which was never going to happen, but bit of a wasted opportunity, but a good little counter though. Anderson did really well actually carrying that ball forward. Smith wins the ball really well there, and a chance now to maybe burst down the line. Or we do win the throw though. Well done to Paul Smith for not losing possession there, because I did mess that up a little bit. Varane looks forward and finds Seller. Seller, going to see that run from Chair, going to play it over to him. He's going to take a touch, takes a second one, and he'll have the finesse edge the box. Oh, it was sort of a low finesse curler towards the bottom corner there, but it was well blocked by the defender. Oh, Kenneth Powell does really well, wins that there. Look at the pass into Seller. He does find him, finds the space. That's a good block again from the defender. We're getting the chances in, but Middlesbrough are keeping Seny Dieng pretty quiet here. Got to be careful here. It's the first proper chance, I would say, for Middlesbrough. Jimmy Dunn can't quite get to it, and Nardi, very good save. Nice and calm, nice and comfortable. But that's the best thing they've really offered. And despite our dominance, it's the first time either goalkeeper has touched the ball, because the defenders have been doing most of the blocking. Seny Dieng hasn't had to make a save yet, but hopefully we can maybe change that here and get it a bit of a chance to test Seny. Seller, finds a beautiful pass across to Smith. Oh, and we do play the strike. I don't think actually they've got Seny Dieng in goal after actually seeing the keeper there. So that's a bit of a shame. But, oh, that was a real unlucky chance. I didn't want the pass there to Smith. I actually wanted it to, I think it was Anderson. But the AI decided that Smith was the better play. But Field, going to find it to Smith again. Into Seller. Seller, good first touch. Seller with the strike. And that is the goal scoring opened for this game. And he cannot be stopped. Seller is absolutely in flying form. He's scoring for fun right now, which is great to see. We just need this to sort of keep up. If Seller can keep finding the back of the net, then we're going to keep getting ourselves points and staying nice and high up this table. But Fry was close to him, but was never going to get that ball. As soon as Seller opened it up onto his right foot, it was destined to find the back of the net, and I'm very glad that it did. But that's a really nice start. It's 1-0, and yeah, that is exactly what we needed. We've got to be careful. Well done there to Santos getting back, but the pass was pretty terrible, and the shot... Second time around, thankfully, again, relatively straightforward for Nardi, but I didn't defend that one very well. Santos did well to get in the way, and then I tried too much trying to play it out from the back like that, which is a bit disappointing. But overall, pretty happy with that first half. Those were the only two real chances that Middlesbrough had, so I'm okay to say that I think overall we've been pretty good there. I am going to take a few changes potentially here. I'm actually going to take Santos off and bring in Ashby, more of a fitness change than anything. And I'm also going to give Frey 45 minutes. I feel like Frey, as much as I love him in real life, he doesn't get a chance in this career mode just because of how his card looks, basically. So yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate one for him. I think at some point I would like to bring on Dixon Bonner. I think it is a bit of a shame that actually the players he'd come on for are both relatively content stamina-wise, so it's a bit of a shame. Curly will probably get some minutes as well in the second half, but for now, we'll stick with this. Just those two changes, both mainly because of stamina. I want to keep Seller fit for the next game, and same really with Heathers and Santos. Gives Ashby a few more minutes as well to appease the Newcastle higher-ups to make sure that he's getting time out on this loan. But let's see actually here. Frey, gonna put it onto his left. Frey! Good effort, but it's just wide of the post. It was a decent little chance there. We pulled it into his left foot to get the space. I was going to hit it first time, but I think the defender would have blocked it, which is why I then played the fake shot to have it go just wide of the post, or just try take it wide of the player, but the ball ended up wide of the post. You know what I mean. It's still 1-0. Let's see if we can have a bit more of the same in the second half. Borough bursting down this right-hand side here, but Ashby's got work to do. He's going to come inside and try and help out. Doesn't quite get there, but Clark-Salter does. Really well done there in the end from Jake Clark-Salter. He's such a good defender, man. I know he's missed a couple of games recently, but I think we're apparently in talks to try and extend that one-year contract now. Anderson actually from the edge of the box here. Good effort, but it's a good save. It was one the keeper should make, and he did. Varane, middle of the park here, plays it across the field. Field's going to bring this ball forward. Frey, not exactly going to get in behind his men, but he does there with a great first touch, and Michael Frey makes it 2-0. Very happy with that one indeed. Sadly, that celebration's not in the game, but that is, and that will do. I'm really happy with that. Really, really good goal as well in the end there. Good to see both strikers getting some goals. Like I say, Frey's not getting that many chances, not getting that many minutes, but if he's finding the back of the net, I'm fine with that. Lovely little touch there to take it past his man, and then just gets onto that right boot, and he's got a hell of a strike, by the way. When he hits that ball moves. I'll tell you that for free. But we're going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to move Smith, I think. We're going to take Smith off. We're going to bring on Rayan Coley. So we're just going to move the midfielders around a little bit. Chair, obviously, to play Cam. Anderson to play right mid. And then Coley to play left, so everyone's in positions that they're competent at. We'll take off Varane and bring on Dixon Bonner. And I'd love to take off Clark-Salter for Cook, but both are pretty tired already. You know what? I'll make the change just because it kind of makes sense to, in the sense of like Clark-Salter's very, very tired. But yeah, not ideal to bring on somebody with 70 stamina. But those are the changes we're making. It's all pretty much like for like, with a little bit of like moving around that midfield, attacking three to kind of make the players all competent in positions. So yeah, that will do for me. Let's see if we can crack on and just kind of keep this one as it is now. I'm happy with 2-0. Clean sheet from here would be the main focus. Rayan Coley going to look up here and find Ilias Chair. Chair with a really nice first touch. Chair, obviously, I think with his, I was going to say his second position of the game, but he can play so many places on this pitch. It's forgetful sometimes just how versatile Ilias is. Got to be careful here. I said I wanted that clean sheet. Nardi's going to try and come and collect it, and he does so very well. Nardi is so good in those 1v1 scenarios in real life. He's just so good at coming out and stopping those 1v1 chances. He's done it a good handful of times now. The only time I can think of that it didn't fully work out was against Wednesday when the player, I think was it Ugbo, got it past him or like over him, but he missed the target. I'm just telling you now, Nardi, so good in those 1v1s. The ball here with Dixon Bonner. And then the heaviest touch I think I've ever seen in my life. Frey wins that ball high up in the enemy half. Oh, and it's an unlucky strike there. The finesse just wasn't with it. He did so well to win that ball high up the pitch, but didn't quite work out or result in a goal, which is such a shame. But that'll probably be where this game will round up. 2 minutes of added time, and it's obviously with a Borough goal kick. Don't see us losing it from here, but I'd still like that clean sheet if we can secure it. Well done there, Lucas Anderson. He also kept on the pitch, but then gave it away. But that should be all she wrote, referee, surely. Look at your clock, mate. Ref, you've got to watch for a reason, fella. It was, the 2 minutes were done before he came into our half. We're now 5 minutes in. We're going to be 6 minutes in a second. Nardi, claim that, my friend. Nardi catches it as we get into the 7th minute of added time, but that's okay. It's 2-0. It's a big 3 points. Very happy with that indeed. Seller and Frey on the score sheet, and some really good performances, it has to be said. I think Kenneth Powell and Heverton both were great. The two centre-backs did everything they needed to. I don't think Cook had to do anything. Chair was phenomenal on the left and down the middle. Coley came on and made a good difference, but I have to say, Field and Varane, real good duo there. I love Madsen. I don't want to drop Madsen because Madsen's ability to play a pass in this game is phenomenal, but that Varane and Field duo is just so good. Well, a huge result there. Still keeps us in 3rd place, and I'm very happy with that indeed. But our next game is massive if we are going to try and show ourselves as a team that is really fighting to be up and amongst it. Leeds away. Ellen Road is obviously a tricky old place to go for a lot of people, but this would see us to overtake Leeds on points. Goal difference at the moment, we are neck and neck. But they've conceded as many goals as we've scored, and they've scored nearly double the amount of goals we have. So they are scoring for fun, but there are goals to be had there. We've only conceded 6 all season, which is actually phenomenal. But they've conceded 19, which is on par with some of the teams down and amongst it. So we really have got a lot of work to do to make sure that we don't concede, but we've got the possibility to find the back of the net. That's what we've got to kind of hold on to here. But Sheffield Wednesday, Stoke and Oxford, the 3 teams down and amongst it, with Borough, Swansea and Hull sort of in and amongst the conversation down there as well. Points going against a couple of teams. Could see any of those 3 also drop down in there. Luton still sort of lower in the table there, sort of obviously looking at one of the teams that have just come down. I don't think they'll go down twice, but it looks like they're going to struggle in this save, at least in that first season. But Norwich comfortably top of the table, 3 points clear. If Leeds win and Norwich don't, then obviously Leeds would go ahead of them, or at least if Norwich lose. So a big game for the early standings at the top of the table. I'll see you there. Okay, so here's our lineup going into the game against Leeds. You'll notice, by the way, that Sam Field's morale is only content in the pre-match sort of, interview. I clicked on the wrong one and I humbled him instead of encouraging him. So his morale went straight down. Hopefully I can fix that not too long from now. But yeah, this is the team. Only player that asked to play was Frey. But I just can't drop Seller based on how he's playing. Frey has done well in the times I've asked him, but Seller's been unreal for us. So Seller has to start. But I'll bring Frey on at some point, that is for sure. But I would consider this our strongest 11. So that is why I've gone with that one. And this is going to be a huge game at the top of the table right now, 2nd against 3rd, and it's a chance for one of those 2 teams, ourselves or them, to go 3 points ahead of the other. So we've got to try and make sure that is us going 3 points clear of Leeds. That'd be phenomenal. To be in 2nd place before January would be an incredible place to be. And I have to say, I think it's sick, for the way, when EA add the real life chants and the real life crowd noises. So having the "Come on you R's" chant going through, having that song there for Leeds coming out to Ellen Road, I think it's real good. It just adds to that sort of immersion of it. So I'm fully here for that, EA. Keep that kind of stuff up, please, and thank you. But going to be a big game today. Melier on the tifo there. Got to keep some of their big players quiet because they've got some real good talents for this level for sure. Obviously, lost a good few talents as well, but it's still very evident. It's a very good Leeds squad, isn't it? So come on, you R's. Let's try and take over Leeds. Heverton Santos here, trying to bring this ball forward. Didn't really get the run from Dembele that I was hoping for, but I'm going to ask for it this time. Oh, it's a good interception there from the defender. That was a good chance to maybe build something, but would have been nice if Dembele made the run without me having to ask for it every time. Oh, really good turn there from their player. Nonto is going to pick the ball up now. Got to try and get in the way of it. Good block there from Jake Clark-Salter. The way that they're building up is reminding me of the way that Sheffield United were building up against us, which is not a good thing because we struggled a lot against Sheffield United, if you guys will remember back in episode 1 or 2, maybe. I can't remember. But either way, we've got to be careful because they're building it up nicely. They're passing the ball around really nicely. And that obviously could very easily lead to problems as we give the ball away here. Nonto with a chance to cross it in, plays it short instead. Going to find the man on the edge of the box. Aronson, got to be careful not to give anything away. Well done there, Sam Field. Loses out, though. Solomon plays it inside. Oh, that's really nice from Piero. That's a really good, little fake shot to just pull it onto his left and find the bottom corner. We go 1-0 down, and Leeds take the lead. It's early doors. There's still plenty of time to get something in this, but it has been all Leeds so far. They have had the ball penned in our half there. That little fake shot to take it past Cook, as I've just ran past him, sent me to the shops there, boys. And it is 1-0 to Leeds United. Piru gives them the lead early doors. Got work to do now. Chair out here to Dembele. Dembele going to try and take it past his man. Going to just keep running inside here. Doesn't really have an option on. So going to try and find Chair, who's replaced him out wide. Chair runs straight into the defender. Bit of a wasted opportunity there. Madsen trying to bring this ball forward now. Aronson closing him down. So we're going to look out wide there and find Dembele. Dembele up against Schmidt. He's not had much luck against Schmidt. And he continues to not have much luck. He is struggling really to get involved and get past him. We're getting the ball to him occasionally. Good job there from the midfield duo. Getting the ball up to Dembele occasionally. But we're struggling to actually get him involved in a way that's impacting the game particularly, and that's going to be a bit of a downer because Dembele's been pretty efficient for us getting the ball up there and helping it bring it into like some of the goal scorers. So it'd be nice for him to become a bit of a goal scorer down the line as well. I know his shooting is not phenomenal, but it's a good thing to build towards. Sato, that pass has got to be better there, my friend. Well done there, Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell, I was going to look up, find Seller. Oh, it's so close. It's so nearly exactly what we needed from him there. That would have been a lovely chance to maybe go through and test the keeper for the first time. Leeds with the ball forward here. Jake Clark sort of can't quite get there. Leeds knocking around really nicely. Samfield beat there. Madsen does pick it up, though. We do get it away. We're not going to get a chance to build from that, but that has been a tough old half, boys. It's been Leeds with all the best chances. We're getting the ball, and we're getting it into their their midfield and then working towards their defensive third. But that final pass is letting us down every time, or the final decision to what would be create the chance. That's what's holding us back a little bit here. It's been a little bit unfortunate. I'm interested to see, 60-40, 0 shots. And you can see our pass accuracy, 75%, is part of the problem, in my opinion there. Cook is absolutely done for. So we're going to have to bring on Morrison because he is a tired man. I don't really want to change much else. Frey will come on at some point, but I don't want to make that change this early because I feel like Seller is the player to beat that back line because we're not getting crosses in. We're getting runs through. And I do just think that Sellers maybe our better outlet in that sort of scenario. So we're going to have to hope and see that that is the case. But Frey will make his way on at some point. But for now, just that one change at half time. And let's hope that we can really not build on the first half, but improve on that first half because there's not too much to build from those stats that you guys saw there. But we do have a chance here with Chair trying to take it past one. It's going to be closed down by Ampadu. It's our first shot of the game. Melier equal to it, though. It is a very, very good save. And it was a good bit of play there. I have to say, Chair was able to just sort of freely work his way through the middle of the park. And now a bit of a chance again to work it inside here into Powell. Powell looks down and finds Chair. Chair finds Sam Field. Look at the run from Seller. Oh, it's not quite where I needed it. Again, that final pass just letting us down. But that's an improvement already, I'd say, we've made. Madsen out wide here to Sato. Sato now going to try and get past his man. Going to whip this ball in there. I said that we weren't really getting crosses in, and I play my first cross of the game. I have actually scheduled the changes to happen, one of which is Frey. So if we do get more crossing opportunities, we maybe have a slightly more target man in there. But Seller here gets the ball. Seller makes it 1-1. That's what you love to see, I have to say. Probably against the run of play overall, but this second half we've come out, we've been way more impactful. We've had a lot more going on and really putting it on them a lot more. So I think it's a goal that has not been coming, but maybe slightly justified by this early second half performance here. But it's 1-1 and we get ourselves back into it. A couple of changes scheduled that should happen here. Just see this goal here from this angle as well. Lovely strike there from Seller. Really good job there, mate. But we have brought on Frey for Seller, so he makes his way off the pitch. And we have also made the change of Dembele off and Benny coming on. Two like-for-like changes, a right mid for a right mid and a striker for a striker, but two very different style players in those positions. So let's see if a little bit of change of system in regards to the individuals operating the system maybe helps us out, maybe keeps up this momentum, fresh legs. Let's find out. Field finds Benny. Benny's going to cut inside just a little bit, and it's going to lose it out, but we do keep hold of it. That was close there. That pass to Madsen nearly didn't make it to Madsen, but Sato Going to try and take his man on here. Powell, maybe that run, mate. Maybe that run, Powell. Love that from you. Cut inside. Oh, so close there. That would have been awesome if we could have made that through. That would have been a really good chance. Pirou takes it past Morrison. He's got a man joining up him here. We've got to be careful. Solomon doesn't get that shot away, and he didn't. It's a really good job there from Jake Clark-Salter. Now Benny with a chance to try and burst forward. Not the quickest of players. Definitely not as quick as Dembele, at least. But he's done well there to keep hold of this. Inside now to Ilias. 10 minutes left in this game, plus whatever is added on. Out here to Sato. Sato going to cut inside. Look at that run from Frey. Oh, it's not quite where I needed it. That's so unfortunate. Again, the final pass letting us down. Well done, Frey wins that. And now Benny picks it up here. Benny going to dink over the top to Frey. Frey, oh, flicks it on to Chair. It's not a good flick on, though. Maybe I should have brought it down, had a bit more time on the ball. I'm trying to work it quickly because there's not long left on the clock, and we're just really scrapping for every chance to get this ball back. And the pass again, I want that to Madsen. Why is it trying to play the audacious every single time to these really, difficult to find passes? But Madsen now into Sato. Sato going to put it up there. Frey has run past it. I said I wanted the target man of Frey in there, and instead Frey makes me look like a fool by running nowhere near where the ball is going. But that is a well-earned point. From that first half performance, we very easily could have lost that game. I think if it had played out similarly to how the first half did, I think we'd have lost that game pretty comfortably because we weren't creating anything and Leeds were looking a threat every single time. But we'll take that. We'll take that point. Bit odd camera angle there. Not entirely sure what's going on, but we move on from that. We don't overtake Leeds, but we don't fall behind them, and that's huge. Really happy with that performance overall today. I really do think that we did pretty well, and I think we could have even nicked something there. I think those two chances as I've played it through to Frey, those final passes just let me down a little bit, where I flicked it onto Chair. That one's going to bug me because I should have maybe taken a touch and then played it off, but it is what it is. It happens, guys. It happens. Anyway, our next game is up against Stoke, who, as we said before, are very much struggling down and amongst it at the moment. Yeah, so Norwich did actually get themselves a win as well. So Norwich starting to pull away just a little bit. But we are up against Stoke in 22nd. A win should be what we're really aiming for here. Obviously, it depends on how the AI sets up against us, but I'd like to think that we can come away with something here. So I'll get the team ready. We've got a whole week between now and that game. I'll see you there unless something happens in between. Okay, going into this one, a couple of changes, and this is sort of just to rotate the squad a little bit, just give a couple of players a bit of a chance. I'm not sort of downplaying Stoke here, but obviously it's a game that on paper we should be winning, so just giving a couple of players a bit of a chance to show what they're about. Coley coming in for Sato on the left, Jimmy Dunn coming in for Clark-Salter in the back, and then Ashby starting at right back, again, sort of just to appease the whole loan situation. But for now, that is going to be what we sort of rock with. All three of the usual starters are on the bench, so we do have those options to come on if we need it. But this should be a game that we should really be looking to get something from. We really should be looking to get 3 points today if you take the league form into account and the table standing. So that is going to be the aim. That is going to be what we are really pushing for. But Stoke have got a decent enough team. It's just like in real life. It almost feels like they're trying to be played in a brand of football that isn't really what's suiting them. Like Stoke have been on like a steady improvement season by season, and then sacking the manager and bringing someone else in when the club, the fans didn't ask for that, is what's happened. And it's evidently not working out. And the fans are the ones being made to pay, I think, really, particularly in the system. So I do hope in real life that Stoke do get themselves picked up a little bit. Not at our expense and not in this career mode. I'm more than happy to have that continue on for our sake to push on and get 3 points today. So let's go for it, boys. Let's try and pick up another important 3 points at home. 7 from a possible 9 would be a really good episode. Unbeaten episode would be phenomenal. So let's aim for that. Let's push for that. Come on, you Oz. Coley lays it off to Kenneth Powell here. Going to play it inside and then back to Ryan Coley. Coley, gets taken down there. I thought he'd actually just stepped past him. But is it Pearson? I think it might be Pearson, who, by the way, not a fan of. Don't like Pearson at all. Proper whinger. But he gets himself a yellow card early doors as well. He is a player with yellow card written all over him. He's just like Colback. I imagine he's the kind of player that if he plays for your club, you probably like him. I thought Colback was a right knob before we signed him. And now he signed for us. I still think he's a bit of a knob, but he's our knob. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to run over this one here with Dembele and then lay it off to him nice and quick. Dembele, he's going to try and play it through to Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell does win it, actually, eventually. Dembele's going to keep it alive here. Coley, not entirely sure what that pass was. Never mind, eh? Stoke with loads of space here. on our left-hand side. Kenneth Powell just got caught out on that chance there, and he didn't really track back, and Coley wasn't tracking back either. So all of a sudden, we had a bit of a problem, and Manuf, I don't know if that's how you say it, had loads of time and space, and it could have been a real problem for us there. Good tackle there from Sella high up the pitch, and now a chance for him to burst through. No one really making the run to help him out, but this man doesn't need it. You know what? We're going to celebrate this way. We're going to go and celebrate in front of... No, don't get the ball in front of where I sit. Go over there. Go on, Sella. Go and say hello. I'll send you some love, mate. Shout out to the F block. We are absolutely flying, boys, as is Sella. He is really doing the business for us this season. If he can keep up this goal-scoring form... I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. A top 6 is very doable for us. He's got to be working his way towards being the league top goal scorer because he's just scoring so consistently right now. It's great to see. I'm going to wait and see how many goals it says that he scored this year because in my head, he's got about 10 goals this season, I think. Right? Roughly? If not, he's got to be right up there. He is playing so well. I really am chuffed for him. Go on, how many goals is it now? Is it 10? Is it double figures? 12! He's exceeding what I thought he'd got. I thought I was being ambitious with 10, but he's on 12. Things you'd love to see. Man, Sella, mate, makes it 1-0. Chance here for Stoke. Jimmy Dunn's going to slide in, but I missed the tackle. Does just go wide, though. I need him to stop having chances. Manuv? I don't know how you say his name. He's missed the target. Number 42 for Stoke. That's his new name, because I don't know how you say his name. But yeah, drags that shot wide, and thank God he did, because I really did goof in the defending a little bit there. That wasn't my proudest moment. Coley with a chance to play it through to Sella, I think, has just beat the offside trap. He has. Jan Sella, mate. He's absolutely flying. You cannot stop him. I'm not too... What is that? What is that celebration? Well, it's his 13th of the season, and 13 is unlucky for some, because unluckily he's turned into a chicken for that celebration. Not entirely sure about that one, Zan, mate, but that is a lovely strike again. Keeper getting nowhere near it. I really like Johansson, by the way. I think he's a phenomenal keeper. When he went down, I was really hoping we would show an interest, but Stoke were just spending... I mean, they've got more money than us in regards to spendability over the last handful of seasons, so I wasn't surprised that they went in for a decent bid and picked him up for a good price, so fair play to him. But yeah, I do like Johansson, but Sella has absolutely got his number today. 2-0, boys, and we're absolutely flying. Dembele keeps it on the pitch, but couldn't quite find the ball through to Ilias there. That would have been a really good chance, but it was right on the stroke of half-time, and the whistle is blown to announce it. 2-0 to the good, and I'm very happy with that. We're on course to pick up 3 very good points here. Very, very happy indeed. I'm going to keep Sella on for a little bit of the second half and give him a chance to try and get that hat-trick, and then we'll potentially look to bring on Frey at some point. But yeah, Sella's doing really, really well. Chuffed to see him getting these kind of these chances and finding the back of the net. It's just great to see, and it's great for us as well in this career mode, because it really does just give us plenty of options. Talking of which, we're going to take off Ilias Chair, give him a little bit of a rest, because I think he has very much earned it. I'm going to keep Madsen on for a little bit as well. We'll keep on Cook and Dunn for now. The only players that are otherwise tired are Dembele and Coley. Sadly, Sato can only play on the left. So at some point, it'll be that it'll probably be Dembele comes off, Anderson will shift to the right. And then I don't know what I'll do, actually, because I haven't got anyone else who can play Cam apart from Ilias. Oh, can I make this change? I might be causing myself problems here. Ilias is going to stay on, and it's going to be Anderson on a right mid. It's the one thing about Dembele. His stamina is just not there yet. So that's the one problemo. But that's the only change at half-time. And yeah, hopefully more of the same, boys. Let's see if we can go out and get a real big result. You know, get a big scoreline and really show the league what we're about, because we're right up and amongst it at the moment. Anderson here with the ball. Sella get into a decent spot, my friend. Oh, it's gone all the way through to Coley. Ryan Coley hits it wide of the post. It was a decent pass. It's not the one I asked for. I wanted one to Sella, but in all honesty, I don't think the ball would have gone to Sella. So yeah, good pass in the end for Anderson, even if it wasn't the one I asked for. Oh, well won there from Madsen. Madsen going to burst forward, going to try and find Sella, who I think is just offside there. He is. That's so unfortunate. And I believe as well the subs will come into effect now, so he is actually going to make his way off the pitch. We brought on Frey, Sato, Varane and Clark-Salter for Sella, Coley, Field and Cook. 4 like-for-like changes. You guys know me. I love a good 4 or 5 man substitution swap, and that is just because the way that the new substitutions work, if you pause it as like there's a break in play, the changes don't happen till the next break in play. It's the same in Ultimate Team, and I think it's a bit of a stupid system if you want my entire honest opinion. But that's okay. At the end of the day, 4 changes on with 25 minutes to go. We should be able to just see this one out. It'd be nice to get a third and get, like I say, a bit of a big more convincing win. That would be quite nice, but I'll take a clean sheet again from this point. Anderson with the ball just inside our half here. He's going to, I was going to say he's going to make a turn, but he loses the ball. So one thing I'd say about Anderson in this, his pace obviously means that at times I don't feel like when he's out wide that I can really sort of drive down the wing. Whereas when he's in the middle, when he's got a little bit of space, just like we've seen in the last game against Leeds, when he's got that space, his dribbling is just good enough that you can just sort of comfortably drift forward and then try and find that pass. Out wide, I don't really trust him to take on a man in this in career mode. But actually here, Sato, fresh on the pitch now. Can he find, equally fresh on the pitch, Michael Frey? Oh, with the acrobatics, it's just wide of the post. Oh, that would have absolutely made my day if we'd scored an overhead kick with Frey. He is slowly becoming a bit of a legend for me, I'll be honest with you. But they make a change, Cannon off for Gallagher with about 7 or so minutes on the clock. And that is full time, a big win, 2-0. Second half was relatively flat, not too many chances. The most exciting thing happening is seeing Michael Frey's feet above his head. What a moment. I genuinely, I might go back and watch that chance again because I still can't believe he went for it. Because I didn't ask for it, I asked for a normal shot. And he thought acrobatic is what I wanted. But fair play to him. It is going to be a big 2-0. And yeah, happy with that. 7 points from a possible 9 today. Lovely stuff. Just before we round up today's episode, just want to highlight one of the questions I just got asked in the post-match situation. There was one about, was I happy with Chair's lackluster performance because he didn't have any key passes? And then it followed with, are you happy with Chair's lackluster performance only achieving 100% dribble success rate? What? What kind of question is that? Are they all right? Anyway, very happy with that result. I was curious to see if we made any players into the team of the week, but who knows? And there we go. Now it's saying top players put in top performances, and that's exactly what Chair's been doing. And yeah, he just got criticised twice in the media. Mental. Anyway, rounding up today's episode there. In the next episode, there might be a little bit less gameplay. I agree with the Mr. Eddie Neddy who put a comment on the last video, or 2 videos ago at the time of recording, because again, holiday, that I should prioritize sorting out the player contracts that are expiring. So that is exactly what we're going to do in the next episode. We'll have a look at those player wages, have a look at the contracts, and then look to sort out who's staying, who's going, etc. And then we'll have an understanding of how much money we've got to potentially then spend in the January transfer window. I'd also like in the next episode to really start to pick out which youth players we're going to look to call up to the big league, call up to the main team and give a few chances every now and again, obviously, because players like Coley, players like Ashby, Dixon Bonner, Benny, getting some chances every now and again, even if it's off the bench. Some of these young players coming through, it will help with their development, them getting some game time, and then if they start to impress, get them loaned out for a season, get some games under their belt, and who knows, they could be in contention for a sort of first or at least rotation team position on their return. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. It'll be a lot of admin stuff with a little bit less gameplay. It is also just for the sake of it, makes it a little bit easier for me time-wise, trying to cram in like 6 videos in the space of like a day and a half to try and film. So a little bit of an explanation there. But that is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. It helps me, the video, the series, the channel, everything out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on so at any time that we upload a video. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. Take care.